Hi there, my name is Michelle. Today we have a 45-minute chair yoga practice. So most of the practice will be seated in the chair. We do have some standing postures where we will be in front or behind the chair. If you prefer, you can always stay seated for the entire practice. I do have a few props with me. I have 2 blocks, a bolster, and a strap. None of these are required. They're all optional. So if you have them and would like to use them, feel free to grab those now. The one thing that I do ask, your chair should be on a no-slip surface. So either on your yoga mat, on a carpet, or having the back of the chair directly up against the wall. So when you're ready, coming to a seated position, you can be sitting all the way back, allowing your back to rest on the chair. If your feet are dangling, this will be a good spot for those blocks. So you can rest the blocks and allow your feet to sit on top of them, bringing the earth up to you. So sitting up tall, think about the crown of your head reaching high to the sky and your sits bones reaching down towards the ground. Maybe you close your eyes, maybe you soften your gaze. And just take a moment to observe how you feel right now. Noticing if there are any aches or pains in your body. Maybe some areas that need a little extra stretching today. Placing one hand on your heart, the other on your belly. We'll do a little 3-part breath work. Inhaling and exhaling just through the nose. Start to inhale through the nose, filling up the belly, filling up the chest, filling all the way up to the top of your throat. And slowly release it all out. Doing that again. Inhale, feel your hand on the belly, feel it rise. Feel on the hand on the chest rise. And again, breathe all the way into the throat. Exhale, let it go. So do that a few more times. Breathing into the hand, then into the chest, in towards the throat, letting it out. One more time. Inhale, feel the hand on the belly, hand on the chest, up to the throat. Exhale it out. We'll do something different this time. So again, inhale into the belly, into the chest, into the throat. And now pause for a moment, holding that breath. Now exhale, let it all go. 2 more times. Inhale deeply. Pause. Exhale deeply. Last time. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Beautiful. Dropping the hands down to the thighs, allowing them to rest. And just observing. Noticing if you can feel more energy circulating through your body as we took those deep breaths. Allow the right ear to drop towards the right shoulder. We'll start to stretch out the neck a little bit. Taking the left arm, extend it out towards your side, fingers facing a little down towards the ground. And maybe you take your gaze, so your ear is over towards the right. Maybe you take the gaze down towards the right leg. Just an option. With that right hand, start to open and close your fist. So make a fist, open it up. Make a fist, open it up. Last time, make a fist, open it up. Start to draw little circles with that left hand. So you're bringing it forward. Your head is still leaning to the right. Pause with that left hand. Flip the left palm up. Making a fist. Squeeze it in. Open it up. 2 more times. Squeeze it in. Open it up. Last time. Squeeze it in. Open it up. Taking circles, although now this time towards the back of the room. So this may be a little more intense, and that's all right. If you don't want to make the circles, just hold that arm out to the side. Beautiful. Release the left hand down. Bring your head back through center. Pausing here for a moment. Let's drop the chin to the chest. So you're still sitting up tall. We're not rounding the spine. It's just that head dipping down. Lifting the head and the gaze through center. Dropping the left ear over towards the left shoulder this time. Right arm extends out. So the arm is straight. Maybe you shift that gaze down towards the left leg. This is where we do some work with that right arm. Start by making a fist with that hand. Open it up. 2 more times, making a fist. Open up. Squeeze it in. Release it out. Draw those little circles, bringing it forward. Feeling the sensations on the right side of that neck. Pausing with the arm circles. Flip the right hand up. Finding those little palm squeezes, making a fist. Open it up. Squeeze it in. Make it long. 1 more time. Squeeze that fist. Open up wide. See if you can make circles going towards the back of the room. Nice job. Releasing that right hand, allowing the head to come up through center. Pausing for a moment. Dip the chin towards the chest. So we're stretching out the back of the neck. Lifting the head up. Extend your arms out to either side. So we're making a big letter T. Arms are straight. Let's flip the fingertips up. So think about if you had a wall and you're pressing into the wall with both of your hands. So actively engaging. Keeping the shoulders down, so we don't want to draw them up by our ears. Drop them down by your sides. Yeah, start to feel that stretch through the wrists. Dropping the fingertips down. Stretching out the backs of the hands, the backs of the wrists. We'll do that 2 more times in each direction. So flipping the hands up. Drop the fingers down. One more time. Lift the fingers up. Drop the fingers down. Bring the fingers straight out again, reaching in opposite directions. We'll take those arm circles like we did before. Let's start making them small with both arms at the same time. So you're making the circles forward, drawing them forward. If at any point you need to drop the arms down, feel free to drop the arms down and rejoin. You can keep the circles small, or if you want, you can start making them bigger. Or maybe you do one arm at a time. Pausing for a moment, let's drop the arms down. We'll take a few shoulder shrugs. Bring the shoulders up, squeeze, release it down. 2 more times. Up and squeeze, release it down. Last time, up and squeeze, drop it down. Extend the arms out. We have to make those little circles now in the opposite direction, so drawing them towards the back of the room. Again, starting small, knowing you can take breaks, or you can do one arm at a time. Maybe you start to make them a little bit bigger. And if you want to take them slower, you can take them slower as well. Stretching in opposite directions, feel those fingertips reach and pull. Release the arms down by your sides. We'll do a few more of those shoulder shrugs, squeezing them up, releasing them down, squeezing them up, releasing them down. One more time, squeeze it up, release it down. Reach the arms out to the sides, crossing the arms in front of you, and then reach for the opposite shoulder with your hands, giving yourself a nice big yogi hug. Option to stay here, or maybe you drop your head down, lifting the elbows up high, getting a little stretch across the back. Or you can keep seated upright with the crown of the head reaching high to the sky. Notice what arm is on top here in your hug. So my left arm is on top. So extend the arms out again. You want the other arm to be on top now. So now I have my right arm on top. So yogi hug again. So the fingertips are reaching behind the shoulders. If you can't reach on behind the shoulders, you keep them on top. Again, you have that option to drop your head. Or maybe you stay upright and seated. Releasing the hug, drop the arms. Let's do a few shoulder rolls. So finding some movement. Shoulder rolls forward, shoulder rolls backwards. Beautiful job. Placing both hands on your thighs to start. We'll take the right arm, extend it out in front of you, so fingertips facing forward. Your palm is facing towards the left side. So think about if your arm is reaching out to shake someone's hand. We'll slowly lift that arm up towards the sky. Let your gaze follow the hand, follow the fingertips until it's all the way up overhead. If it can't make it all the way up overhead, stop however far you can go. Otherwise, arm is up high. Allow the left arm to drop down by your side. Start to bend to the left, so the right fingertips are reaching over. That left hand, maybe you're holding on to the side of the chair. Maybe you're holding on to the leg of the chair. Rise and come back up. Right hand comes down to the right leg. Left hand reaches out front. Again, your thumb is up like you're reaching to shake someone's hand. Slowly extend that arm high to the sky, gazing up at the fingers. Dropping the right arm down by your side. Start to bend, reaching those fingertips over towards the right. Hopefully feeling a nice stretch on the left side of your body. Inhale, come back up. Release that left hand down towards your leg. Let's sit up a little bit so our low back or our whole back is away from the chair. So before I was resting in it, so now I'm going to come a little more forward. My right hand is going to touch the right side of my chair or maybe hold on to the back. The left hand is coming to the outside of my right leg. So I'm twisting over to the right side, still sitting up tall. So my chest is turning over towards the right. Untwist, coming back through center. We'll do that to the other side. So the left hand holds on to the side or the back of the chair, right hand outside the left leg, and I twist. Facing back forward. We'll do some stretches for the legs. So I'm going to bring the right leg into my chest. So maybe holding on to the front of the shin, maybe holding on beneath the thigh. Taking the leg out to the right side, letting the foot land. Now I want my chest to face over the left leg. So we're getting a nice stretch here on the thigh and the outside of that right hip. So I'm sitting up tall. If you want, maybe you even lean a little forward. But if you lean forward, you want that hip, that right hip, to stay on the chair. So my hip starts to lift up, so I'm going to stay up, just like this. Turning back to face that right leg, I'm lifting it up, bringing it forward. Although this time I'm extending the leg long. So my left foot is flat, my right foot is forward, and I'll lean a little forward this time, stretching out my hamstring. I'm holding on to my left leg because that one's a little more stable since that left foot is flat. Sitting back up, the right foot comes flat now. I'm drawing the left knee in. So I'm holding it up. I'm holding on to the bottom of my thigh. I'm allowing that left leg to come out to the side. Foot is landing on the ground. So both feet are on the ground. My chest is facing forward towards the right leg. I'm stretching that left hip. I'm sitting up tall. The taller I sit up, the more I actually feel that on the outside of my hip. That may not be the same for you. That is my experience, though. Turning to grab that left leg, lifting it up, extending it straight so the heel is on the floor, toes reaching high to the sky. I'm placing my hands on my right thigh, and I'm leaning a little forward. Again, you don't have to lean at all if you don't want to. Slowly coming up, bending the left knee so the left foot is flat. Placing your hands on your chair. Let's just start to march in place. I'll draw the right leg up and down, the left leg up and down, right, left, right, left. Again, let's just get some movement here in the hips. Get all of the fluids moving around, lubricating the joint. And if your feet only come off the ground a little bit, that's great. You're still finding that same movement. We'll do that a few more times. Let's pause for a moment. Placing your hands on your thighs. Next, we'll do a few seated cats and cows. So we will inhale, drawing the shoulders together, lifting the chest. So we're finding a little arch in our spine. This is our cow pose. Next, we tuck the tailbone around the spine, gaze down at the legs. This is a cat. Again, let's sit up tall, pull the shoulders together, open up the chest. Tucking the tailbone, rounding the spine, tucking the chin. Let's do that a few more times. Drawing the shoulders together. And round the spine. Last time, pulling it forward. Exhale, drawing it back. Beautiful job. Pausing right here. We'll come up to a standing position. So if you need to place your hands on the chair to rise up, place your hands on the chair. We will face our chair for this next series. So we'll start by placing our hands on the chair, stepping the right foot a little forward, taking the left foot back a bit. So you're bending that front right knee, and you want the heel of the back foot to press down into the ground. So getting a little calf stretch here. If you need to bring it up a little bit closer, that's fine. If your heel doesn't come all the way down, that's fine too, as long as you start to feel the sensations in that calf. Stepping the left foot up, right foot comes back. Let's go ahead and roll down. Maybe you let your forehead rest on the chair. My chair is a little hard, so I'm going to place one hand on top of the other and let my forehead rest there. So forward fold on our chair. If you need to bend the knees a little bit, you can always bend the knees. Placing the hands back on the chair. This time we'll let the left foot come forward. Right foot steps back, bending that front left knee. Seeing if you can get the heel of the right foot down on the ground. Slowly step the right foot forward. Left foot comes back. Hands are still on the chair. This is like our tabletop pose. So we did those seated cats and cows. Let's do them now here while we're standing in front of the chair. So dropping the belly, lifting your gaze. See how this one's a little bit easier than seated because gravity is pulling your belly down. And then we round the spine, looking back at the legs. Inhale, your heart shines forward, looking up. Exhale, Halloween cat. Inhale, come forward, finding cow. Exhale, empty all the air out. Arch the back. A few more times. If it feels good to hold one of the poses and you want to pause and hold, you can do that as well. Lovely. Let's come up to standing. I'm actually going to move to the back of my chair for this next one. I want to hold on to the top here. I'm going to move my right leg, so I want to be to the side of the chair so I don't kick the chair. So I'm bringing the leg up and out to the side, down to the ground. So just like before, we did this once while we were sitting for a stretch, but now we'll do it for some more dynamic movement. Drawing the knee up, out to the side, place the foot on the ground. A few more times. This time, drawing the knee up and out, but see if maybe you can plant the foot on the side of your leg for tree pose. Option to always take the toes down to the ground with a little kickstand. If you want to challenge your balance, maybe you take one hand away, placing it at your heart. Maybe you even try to take the other hand away, even if you just let it hover over the chair. Yeah. Good. Go ahead, release that foot back down. We'll walk it over to the other side. Again, we don't want to kick the chair. We don't want to hurt ourselves. It's more about not hurting us, not the chair. Taking the left leg up, out to the side, let the foot land. Up through center and back down. So you know the movement. We did it on the other side. We want this to be slow and controlled, so you're engaging your abdominals to help lift and move the leg. All right, next time it's forward, we lift it up, bring it out to the left side, find that tree pose. So placing the foot on the outside of the leg, or maybe it's kickstanding down on the ground. Again, we have that balance option. Maybe you bring one hand up. Maybe you try to hover the other hand over the chair. Just a few more breaths. Nice job bringing that leg back down. Let's walk behind the chair. Bring the feet away from the chair so the arms can be extended long. Dropping your chest down. This is like downward facing dog. So maybe you bend one knee and then bend the other knee. Feel that stretch and extension in the shoulders. Straightening both legs. Now they don't have to be completely straight. You can still have a bend in your knee. If you need to walk a little closer to the chair, walk a little closer to the chair. Now let's wag our tail. So moving the hips side to side. Walking the feet closer to the chair so you're standing up. We have a few more standing postures. You can stay behind the chair if you like. I'm going to make my way back in front of the chair. I'm going to start with my hands on the chair. Keeping the right leg forward, I'm stepping the right foot back. This time I'm going to spin the foot down so the blade of the back foot is all the way down. My toes are facing out towards the left side while my right foot is still facing forward. I'm bending the right knee, reaching the right hand up. See if I can reaching the left hand up. See if I can reach the right hand up for Warrior Two. So I'm drawing the shoulder blades together, opening the chest. If you need to bring that left foot in, you can bring the left foot in. Nice job. Now I'm bringing the right hand down to the chair, left hand high to the sky. You could always, if you feel stable, you could always bring the forearm onto your thigh. Otherwise, keeping the hand on the chair. Nice job. Rising up again for that Warrior Two. Let's straighten that front leg. Dropping the left hand on the back of the left thigh. Flip the right hand up, sweeping it up and back. So peaceful warrior, gaze up at the fingertips. Teeing out the arms again one more time. Bringing that right hand down to the chair. This time the leg is straight, so it's triangle pose. I feel like I'm a little too far away from the chair, so I'm going to bring myself closer. Beautiful job. Dropping the left hand down to the chair, stepping the left foot up, bringing the right foot back, placing one hand on top of the other so we can rest the forehead. Again, you can be at the back of the chair if you prefer to keep your hands up higher. I'm going to rock my forehead side to side like a little massage. Placing the hands back on the chair. We'll do the other side. So this time I'll bring the left foot a little bit closer, stepping the right foot back. Again, spinning the blade of the foot out so that my toes are facing out towards the side. From here, I'm lifting the right hand up and then lifting my torso up. See that? So my left fingertips are forward, right fingertips are back. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. See this shoulder blade squeezing together? And I'm gazing over that left hand. Left hand can come down to the chair while the right hand comes up. Or maybe the forearm comes onto the thigh. Slowly coming up with those warrior two arms. Let's straighten that left leg though. Dropping the right hand down to the right thigh. Flip the left hand up, sweeping it up and back, gazing up at the fingertips. If it's too much to change your gaze, then look straight overhead, straight in front of your chair. Nice job. Now that left hand comes down to the chair, right hand reaches high, that left leg is still straight. Just a few more breaths here. Bring that right hand down onto the chair, stepping the right foot forward, bringing the left foot back. So the feet are next to one another. Let's take a few more of those cats and cows before we sit back down. So inhale, gazing forward, the chest lifts. Exhale, round the spine. A few more times. When you're ready, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. And turning around, sitting back down in that chair. Wonderful. Let's get that strap. And if you don't have a strap, you don't need one, that's okay. What we are going to do is extend the leg out long. But if you have this strap, the option to take it and place it around the bottom of that right foot. And then the strap can help lift it up. So sitting up tall, holding that leg out. Like I said, if you want, you can even try more of a challenge and not use the strap. If you don't have a strap and you need to hold a little bit behind the leg, you can hold a little bit behind the leg as well. So breathing here, that left foot is firmly planted down into the ground. Maybe you open the leg out to the side. Just maybe, not an option. I mean, it is an option. It's not required. If you brought the leg out to the side, go ahead and let it come back in, releasing the right foot down to the ground. Switching sides, so placing that strap around the bottom of the left foot, extending the leg out. So breathing, noticing the sensations in that leg, in the foot, in the calf, wherever you may feel it. So maybe both straps go into the left hand, opening the leg out to the left side. Still using that right foot to help ground you down into the earth. Bringing the foot back through center, removing the strap, releasing the foot down to the mat. So placing the strap aside. If you were sitting a little more forward, maybe sitting a little more back, using the chair to help with posture. We're taking that right leg out again. This time, let's find some movement in the ankle though. So I'm pointing and flexing my foot. And then I'm rolling around the ankle. I'm rolling it the opposite direction. Now I'm going to cross that right ankle. I'll use my hands to help cross it over the left leg. I'm sitting right here. This is a lot of sensation in my hip. If it's too intense to even try to get the leg up, you can have a block on the floor and you can just rest the outside of that right leg on the block. So that's a good place to be too. If you feel sensation in your hips, stay right here. If you're like this and you still don't feel anything, maybe you lean your chest forward. So keeping the back straight, lean it forward. Maybe you need to come all the way down. So if you have blocks, maybe your hands reach down to the blocks. So find the stretch that works for you in your body. Let's uncross that leg. So the right foot is now flat. Leaning back, using the chair for support, we're extending the left leg out. Start by pointing and flexing the foot. Rolling around that ankle. Taking it the opposite direction. Crossing the left ankle over the right thigh. Again, knowing your options, keeping it here, letting it come down to a block, and maybe folding forward. So taking a moment as we slow it down, see if you can slow down your breath. Uncrossing the leg. Let's sit a little more forward on our chair one more time. Bringing the feet a little bit wider, so maybe as wide as your chair. I actually have mine a little bit wider than my chair. Placing my hands on the back of the chair for support. Let's rock those knees side to side. So when I'm rocking, I am lifting my heels up a little bit. I'm not keeping my feet flat on the floor, but you could. If you want, you could keep them flat on the floor. For a moment, let both knees pause over towards the right side. Start moving them back and forth, back and forth. and pause as they're shifted over to the left. One more time, rock it side to side. It's almost time for a final rest. Scooching yourself back on the chair. Feet are flat. We'll take one twist right and left, and then our final rest. So just like we did in the beginning, placing the right hand behind you, left hand outside the left leg. If you feel like you want a deeper twist, you could cross that right leg over the left one and twist a little bit further. Again, you don't have to. You can keep that leg side by side. That works well too. Coming back through center, twisting over to the other side. So left hand behind you, right hand outside the left leg. Or again, maybe that left leg is crossed over the right. Unwind facing forward. So we'll set up for our final rest. If you want, you can just shimmy your way all the way back into your chair. Hands resting on the legs. If you want, you can elevate the feet a little bit. I'm going to elevate my feet. I'm going to place my blocks on the floor. Again, you don't need the blocks if you don't want, or maybe you just have blocks. And I'm placing the bolster on top. Then I'm placing one leg and then the other. That way I have my feet a little elevated. I will still keep my hands resting on my thighs. So maybe you close your eyes, maybe you soften your gaze. Let's take a few cleansing breaths before our rest. So inhale deeply through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. 2 more times. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Last time. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Enjoying our Shavasana, our final rest. Bring some awareness back into your body. Inviting movements into your fingers and your toes, your wrists and your ankles, your arms and your legs. Maybe you reach your arms up overhead. Get a nice good morning stretch. Placing the hands back into your lap. Sitting up tall. Let's place our hands together at heart center. Again, maybe you keep your eyes closed or just soften your gaze. Thank you for joining me and allowing me to guide you through your practice. The light in me sees and honors that same light in each and every one of you. We bring our hands up to third eye center and bow to one another. Namaste.